Hi guys, welcome back to April After Dark. I hope all of you have been having a very many creepy nights because I sure have. Anyway, I have actually been having a lot of really weird things been happening around my house. And I've had a lot of paranormal experiences, some of them really profound, some of them just, you know, I don't know if it really even was anything. But there has been some interesting things happening around the house for the last couple of months. And I guess I'll just start out by prefacing this video by saying I can't say that for sure this is definitely paranormal. It's obviously, you know, there's something weird going on. It could just be coincidences, it could be electrical shorts, it could just be funny timing, it could be the house moving around, it could just be my dogs barking at nothing, I don't know, or an animal or something. So I definitely tell you guys that up front so that you don't thinking that I'm just like believing every single thing that happens. My first and foremost thing to do is to make logic out of everything. That's what your mind will typically try to do. I don't see things or hear things and think, ooh, it's paranormal, it's a ghost, it's a demon, oh my gosh, we're being haunted. So my laundry room is very small. Washer, dryer, I think I mentioned back in my Annalise Michelle, I keep referencing that video because that video, I don't know if you guys have actually listened to the entire thing. It is a little bit long. My videos always tend to be on the long side. If you actually go back and watch that, I get to where there was weird things happening in my house. That's why the video that I made a few days ago, I filmed that like immediately after telling you guys about all the weird stuff with Annalise Michelle. And you really gotta check it out if you're interested in that at all, because it goes into what I found on the Spirit Box and all those apps. It really does. But I mentioned my laundry room and that we have, you know, a washer and dryer that's not even 6 months old. They're very new, state-of-the-art stuff. That room is really small. There's a fluorescent light above it. That's where our doggy door is. So both of our dogs, I have 2 of them, they go in and out through there when they go to the bathroom. So lately, and this has been happening for a few months, I'm not the first one that noticed it. My fiance was actually the first one that noticed it. But we kept thinking there might be a short in the light because you turn it on, never flickers, nothing. And it's a fluorescent, like 3 fluorescent bulbs up in this light. You know, we've lived here for 2 years. I don't know, they might have a short now and they might be going out. I don't really know. But anyway, you usually flip that light on, the light comes on immediately. It doesn't flicker to come on, it just comes on. There's no weirdness going on. Anyway, one day he said that he went up there and it was like 3 in the morning and they were kind of acting like they needed to go to the bathroom, so he was going to let them out before he went to bed. He said that, he told me the next day or two, that he goes, I turned the light on and it would just not come on. Like, I flipped the switch like several times and nothing happened. He's like, well, I guess I got to replace some bulbs. So he, you know, okay, whatever, lets the dogs back out and lets them in, and then later on he kind of forgets about it and he comes back in there to make sure that, you know, everything's locked up and deadbolted, and he forgot about it, and then the light was on. It was just on, and he doesn't remember if he had the switch on or off, so nevertheless, it came back on. And it, you know, that was weird. I thought, well, it's probably just a bulb thing, and then it never did it again, at least for a while. So a couple months later, it happened to me. I was alone, freaked me out a little bit because it's just dark in that area. I'm by myself and it's getting late and waiting for him to come home, but I have to go to bed. So of course I don't like it like that, and I hate the idea that I can't really see them that well, my dogs, when they go in and out, because it's dark. I hate that idea. So they go out there and everything, and God, I want to say it was a couple hours later, I did the same thing. I went in there to lock everything and to shut the door, and you know, I think I had laundry in the dryer, so I was just redoing it, so I'd just get it in the morning. I don't know, I was being lazy. And the light was on. And it was just weird, and I couldn't wait to I think I actually texted him at work, and I knew he wasn't going to see it because he was working, but I was like, that light thing that happened to you like 2 months ago, it just did it to me. Weird. You know, he's like, yeah, I probably need to replace a bulb. Maybe there's a short or something. But it's very sporadic how this crap happens, and it just happens randomly. There's never, and I really should start writing down when it happens and what time and what day, so I know, okay, it happened Tuesday of this day. Oh, and then it's happening Monday of this day, and then Saturday, because it's happened like 3 or 4 times now, and I don't know. I mean, it could be a short, could be electrical, you know, situation. It most likely is, but it's very, very odd. Now my fridge has started doing it. The fridge started doing it last week, and the lights in that, though, they flicker a little bit, and it's just weird. So I'll open up my fridge in the dark at night getting like a bottle of water or something, and there's no light, and I hate that because that's like your only light in the dark. One night about 2:30 recently, we heard a thud, like literally pop against our house. My fiance was still awake. Like I said, we're on different schedules, so I was already passed out. He was up, like reading or messing around with his phone or something, and getting ready for bed. And I think the thud woke me up. And usually, if he's home, I can sleep through a lot of things because I just feel better when he's there next to me. If he's not there, then I'm a light sleeper. But anyway, it woke me up, and I remember like he said I was like looking around, like half awake, half asleep. I was like, "What was that?" And he's like, and he was like looking around. He's like, "I don't know." That was weird. But it felt like it shook the house. Like I could physically feel it on the wall. Like you can, I don't know how to describe that. You can feel, I felt it hit our house. Like it hit the house. And I don't know what it was like a weird knock or a thud or something. And as soon as he's gonna get up to kind of go look and investigate, he turns all the lights on. So he thought if there's like some burglar outside or someone fucking around with the house, that he, you know, would scare them off and he'd see it. Well, before he even get out there, the dogs start going nuts because they're both in the living room sleeping, and they both start like barking incessantly, and they're not looking at the windows though. That was the weird part about it, because he was expecting like maybe there was somebody trying to like walk through the backyard or like, whatever, I don't know, some, you know, shady situation. But Toby looks out he turns the lights back off, and he looks out the window, and there's nothing out there. There's nobody, there's not like a cat, there's not like a critter or anything, there's nothing out there. So, you know, that, I don't know, it could have been a cat walking by, but why would a cat make a thud? That's a part that I keep trying to rationalize. Then there was one night that we were laying in bed and I was sleeping, and I guess I was about to wake up. Like I woke up right before this happened, like a nanosecond before this happened, but Toby like freaked out and like woke up, like he was sleeping, and he's like, he's like, what was that? Did you do something? And I said no, because he thinks that you know, we do practical jokes on each other a lot. I like to scare him, he likes to scare me, but it wasn't me. I was like, no, I didn't do anything. And he realized because I was laying in bed like fast, like there's no way I could have done what he felt. So I asked him 2 days later, I was like, and he was visibly freaked out by it, and he doesn't usually get like that, but I was like, what happened? He goes, something like rubbed across my legs, like my ankles, like rubbed across them like very hard. So I lay down, I was like, okay, pretend like I'm you, and what did it feel like? And it was like hardcore, like rubbing across your legs, like as if somebody like had their arm like draped across your, I don't know, like putting pressure on it. And that was about 3 in the morning, which is, you know, a weird hour. And then there was another night that this was before the thud thing. The dogs went like nuts in the living room at 2:30, just barking. One of them was like yelping. The bigger dog was yelping like as if something was around, and my Yorkie was barking like he was gonna take care of it, like he's big and strong dog, because they think that they're bigger than they really are. Anyways, they woke us up, startled me awake, and him, like barking at something. So he went out there. There was nothing around. They're not looking at windows. That's what the creepy part about the whole thing is what are they looking at? What is it? And I've just kept a log of it. These couple things have been happening over the last 2 months, most of it in the end of July, and a lot of it in the beginning of August. And obviously the light situation has been happening for a few months, on and off, randomly. And once that light comes back on, it doesn't do it for months. I don't know. It could be nothing, but it could be something. This happened last week. I was sitting in my room in the middle of the freaking day with the dog. Toby was at work, and I don't know what I was doing. I was looking at YouTube videos or looking through Snapchat or doing some, you know, social networking thing, whatever. And something was in my room. I had a box that has old makeup in it that I'm kind of going through to get rid of. And, you know, boxes have like 4 different flaps to it usually. So one of the bigger flaps, something was on it and moved it down because I heard something. I heard the box, like I heard a noise. So my dog kind of got up and like looked over there. And normally if there'd been like a critter or something, he would have like charged and got off the bed and been over in that area. Well, I saw the flap go up, like as if something had put pressure on it or weight on it, and then it went back up. And I didn't see anything, and my immediate thought was that it was like a spider, a snake, a mouse, I don't know, something, a critter, basically. And it freaked me out. I don't know what's more freaky, the critter or a, you know, spirit. I don't know. Honestly, I made a Snapchat about it right when it happened because it was just like, it weirded me out, and I was already on Snapchat, I think. So I snapped. I was like, something just moved in my room, and I did not leave that spot, even though you would think I would have. But my dog went over there, and had there been like a critter or something, he would have gone after it, and I would have heard it slithering or moving around through other stuff because there's several other boxes there. There's plastic bags there. There wasn't a ceiling fan on. There's not like a draft over there, like a vent or anything to make it do that. But plus it was one flap, and I saw it move up. But I'm always like, if it was a little critter like a spider or something, then I probably wouldn't have seen it. But, you know, it freaked me out. Toby came home later on. I told him about it. I texted him about it, and I was like, I'm not moving. I'm not going over there. You can deal with this when you get home. So he went over there. He moved everything around, looked around. Nothing. Nothing there. No idea. Could have been something like spider that went a bit. I mean, it had to have been a big spider to put that much weight on a flap and then move it back up. I don't know, but, you know, fucking creepy. The other thing that happened, and this is just a weird coincidence, it's nothing really, it's just kind of funny and weird, but obviously I think a lot of you guys have seen Stranger Things on Netflix. A really, really good show. I guarantee if you haven't, you won't want to stop watching one episode. You'll keep watching because you want to see what happens, and it's just so, I could just go on about how amazing the show is. I'm like obsessed with it. I've already started watching it a second time around. Yeah, so before I decided that I was gonna watch Stranger Things, we went to go get takeout. This was last week, and the road that we go on, it passes our lake. I pretty much live on the lake where I live in Texas, so we were going on this bridge. We always have to pass this bridge. I pass it every morning to go to work, to do anything in town. So we were driving down, it was nighttime, and there's like this building. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but it's definitely a daytime run building. And there's like a little looking like tower on top of it, like a small little square and then like a little pointy end to it. It's just, it looks like a tower. There's like a light that was in this, you know, box. I don't know how to describe this thing, but anyway, it's usually like either on or not on. Well, we were driving to go eat takeout. It was like flickering like crazy. And normally I would have like taken like my phone and been like, isn't that weird, or look at that, because the way it was going was like, it was very, very fast and rapid, and I couldn't keep my eyes off it. And I think he was telling me a pretty important story, so I didn't want to interrupt it, and I just wasn't thinking about, oh, I should point this out. It was just weird. I noticed it on the way to get the takeout, and I noticed it on the way back home, and you would have thought that I would have brought it up, but we were just in deep conversation talking about all the wedding stuff and work things that go on and just having me and him time, so I didn't mention it. So I have no idea anything about Stranger Things at the time, besides it being like an 80s thing, and that it had really badass music, and that once you watch it you can't stop. Watched it, and I didn't notice, and this isn't going to be a spoiler for anybody that, you know, has not seen it. This is all I'm going to say about it, but flickering lights are a big, big, big part of this show. Flickering, like fucked up flickering lights, and how weird is it that I see it that night, like in this tower looking building that is non-operative during the night at all. It's only daytime. And it had to be like 9 or 10 o'clock at night, or 11 maybe, I don't remember exactly. But the next day is when my fridge started doing that thing that I mentioned earlier, where I opened it up and the lights aren't working in that or the freezer part. It's like it's flickering, like this like buzzy flicker, and then I can't see anything, or it's just off. So those are some just weird things that happened. I figured I would share it on my channel and start trying to do this a little bit more often, just because my channel is all things spooky. So have you had anything like this happen to you? Have you seen Stranger Things? I don't know, just let me know in the comment section below. Alright guys, happy haunting, stay scared, and I'll see all of you in my next video. Bye.